What is up everybody? Welcome to another vlog about making vlogs, and today I'm going to share some challenges I was facing yesterday when making yesterday's daily video, how I'm thinking about it, and the experiments that I'm coming up with to help me address and overcome those challenges. So let's get straight into it. So the first challenge was not actually having a good enough structure for the video. I think recently I've been coming up with 3 dot points and just going over those dot points, riffing on them a bit, but yesterday I felt like it wasn't as logical or, I don't know, cohesive or comprehensive as I would like. So I decided to take it a step up today, and this is the experiment, to not just come up with the 3 dot points, but to think of things in terms of what I initially thought of as problem, solution, and go over that. So now I'm talking about the problem, but the problem with that is I don't want to call it a problem, which is why in the beginning I called it a challenge. The first challenge was not having a developed enough structure. So today we're going challenge, solution, challenge, solution. So first challenge is the structure. Yeah, so today we're going challenge, experiment, challenge, experiment. And so today's challenge was we need to iterate on the structure a bit. And the experiment here is each of the 3 points. I'm going to be talking about the challenge first and telling you the solution. So that was the solution. The solution is actually trying this new format. So the second challenge was that I haven't really got into the habit of doing a dry run or a little rehearsal and then presenting the video. I actually did that accidentally yesterday because I didn't think my first run was good enough. And when I did the video again, I was much more energetic, I was much more positive, I was much more fluent. I felt like I knew a bit more what I was talking about, and I had more energy because I wasn't sort of just trying to extract the ideas from my subconscious. So that's exactly what I did today. To be honest, I actually forgot about it, and then I remembered it halfway through my first run, which I finished off. That became my first dry run, and this is my second run, and it actually feels a lot better. So the challenge was not having the habit of doing a rough pass first and then delivering the final version. And I think it's really important. Like when I used to teach high school maths, I used to teach like the same class 3 times a week to different sets of students. And by the end of the week, I was so much more fluent. I was so much more fluent having presented it a few times. And I seemed like I knew my stuff a bit more because I could anticipate the questions that are already asked of me, etc., etc. So all in all, I think it's a very good principle to rehearse and iterate and before the final version is delivered. It's just that with these daily vlogs, I don't want to spend too much time on it. So I think a compromise or a way to keep it balanced which is the experiment, is just to cap it to like a 5 minutes. So I might just try to do the daily video, deliver it in 5 minutes, and then sack that version unless it miraculously comes out awesome, and then do the real version, which is what I'm doing right now. The third challenge was that I've become dependent on my editing software. And the problem with that is that it stopped working. So I haven't been able to edit videos lately. And the reason is I just moved into a new place, and so I'm using my mobile hotspot, but the editing software really depends on a good internet connection. So yeah, the editing software is called Descript. It's made editing so useful, but now that I don't have it, I didn't know what the solution was. And I brainstormed that challenge with ChatGPT, and the conclusion is we're going to try and use DaVinci Resolve because I have that on my laptop. It doesn't require an internet connection to use its most basic functions. It is a bit more intimidating than the user-friendly, noob-friendly Descript software, but I have actually used it a few times, and I'm going to experiment with trying to edit these vlogs in DaVinci and see how they go. Normally it's so easy with Descript because it gives you the script, and I can just delete out the bits I think aren't that good or that I'm rambling on. I can do the text-based editing, but I'm going to experiment now with putting these vlogs into DaVinci Resolve, playing them at 2 or 3 times speed, getting the overall gist of it, and just cutting out the bits like you would traditionally, and see how that goes. Perhaps it's more motivation for me to talk more fluently and not do as many retakes maybe, because it'll make the editing simpler. So that's what I'm experimenting for now. Hope you're having a good day. Hope it was useful, interesting, some perhaps motivating, inspiring in a way. I'll catch you guys in the next video and see you guys on the flip side.